I was really surprised to see a Cosmic Beauty parcel turn up at my front door. And I was even more surprised when I opened the box and saw what was inside. So they're coming out with a new collection, which is not that long after the Starlight Society collection, but I'm not complaining because I love everything Cosmic Beauty. So this collection will be launching on the 28th of November, 6 PM UK time, and we're getting quite a lot in this collection. So first of all, we'll talk about the eyeshadow palette, which is called Death. It's another 20 colour palette. It's in the same sort of layout and kind of aesthetic as the Lovers palette previously. And inside, this is the colour story. It is more of an unexpected one from Cosmic Beauty, and it's got some sort of grungy, delicious tones as well as some brighter pops, and it's more on the cooler tone side, which matches perfectly with the new shades of lipstick. We have 10 new shades of lipstick. The lipstick components are beautiful. A magnetic lid for the lipsticks, and the shades are absolutely stunning. I will show you close-ups and swatches of all of these lipstick shades because if you like a cool tone lipstick, you're about to be very happy. And then totally new from Cosmic Beauty, they've never done lip liners before. These are the first 7 lip liners and they are in cool tone shades to match with the lipsticks. If you don't want to pick up this collection or anything else from Cosmic Beauty, you can save yourself some pennies if you use my discount code. And I think we should dive into the close-ups and swatches.
Time to sort out all the fights, to sort out all the lies. Oh baby, yeah. There was a part of me that knew that, and still I'm caught by surprise. I thought you'd always be mine. I guess our dreams fell asleep. There's no passion in the comatose. Baby going down, 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 down. Baby going down, 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 down. Tried so hard to stay afloat. Yeah, we keep moving like the river goes. Baby going down, 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 down. Yeah. And I thought, it's time I'm letting you go. This time I know it for sure. I just thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no words, no more, no. I got so high on a low. That's when I loved you the most. Now I thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no words, no more, no. I really thought we had it covered. Was gonna patch up all the scars, but we smashed up all the parts. Oh na na na. Always knew that you were stubborn, but didn't know it'd be so hard to figure out who you really are. I guess our dreams fell asleep. There's no passion in the comatose. Baby going down, 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 down. Baby going down, down.
Swatching all of this out was just so exciting, especially the lipstick shades. I've got my eye on a couple of them that really stand out to me, that just look a little bit different and something that I definitely don't have in my collection already. I'm hoping that the formula for the lipsticks is the same as the previous releases of lipsticks, because that is such a comfortable, wearable, sort of comfort matte formula. It's not totally kiss proof, but it feels really, really nice on the lips and it is still long lasting. So I'm hoping that is going to be the case. And I'm hoping the lip liners are going to be not too creamy because I'm not a fan of a creamy lip liner. So I'm hoping these are going to be a little bit more precise. In fact, why don't I zoom you in? We'll pick a lipstick and a lip liner and then we can think of the first eye look. I love the way I'm saying we. I wish you could actually help me pick the shades. That would be cool. I am loving as well the packaging of the lip products. Like on the lip liners, you do have on the end the colour and the shade name, which I really, really appreciate. And even the packaging for the lipstick as well is really nice. I absolutely love this shade. What is this? Nostalgia. That is an absolutely stunning cool toned lipstick shade. So that is definitely a possibility for the first look. I will do a lip swatching video with all of these different shades because oh my gosh, I do love this one too. What's this? Play It Cool. Okay, that's also an option. What's this? Impeccable. Again, you can see a similarity for the lipstick shades that I really, really like from this collection. Oh, look how weird that one is. Oh, it's delicious. Okay, I think the one I'm going to go for is called Mink, and it is this shade here. But what lip liner should I pair with this? Ooh, oh, that would match nicely. What's this? Rebel. Rebel could look cute with Mink. Okay. She's precise. She's a precise lip liner. She's not too creamy. It's easy to draw on the pigment, but it's not super, super creamy so that it's going to be smudging everywhere, which I absolutely love. That is the perfect lip liner formula for me personally. It was so precise, easy to draw on, didn't feel like I had to stab my lip and drag it so it hurt, anything like that. And this shade is such a nice cool tone shade. Okay, time for the lipstick. Like I said, we're going to go with the shade Mink and see what this looks like. I don't often go for a lot of cool tone shades like this, but I'm excited. That pairs with that lip liner so well. And that feels extremely comfortable on the lips, just like the previous shades that I've got from other collections. Like, I still have all of my Santa Baby, Ginger Snap, Nancy, Clarice, Salem lipsticks from before, and I love them, and they are literally stored on my desk because I love the formula so much. So I do feel like this is the same kind of formula, and this shade is not what I'd typically reach for, but isn't it interesting? I think it matches the theming of the palette called Death super, super well. Okay, prime my eyes and then we'll do the first look. Now, if this is your first time on my channel, first of all, welcome. Thank you for being here. It's lovely to have you over on my little corner of the internet, but I love Cosmic Beauty. They are a UK-based indie brand, and every single thing I've tried from them, especially the eyeshadow palettes, is of phenomenal quality, and I've loved absolutely everything. So I've got extremely high hopes for this palette because their formulas are just amazing, and the price point for what they're including is very affordable. I don't know the current prices for the collection or anything like that at the moment, but as soon as I know, I will pop it down in the description box for you so that you can check that out. Okay, we are primed. I'm so excited that there's purples in this, especially a lighter purple here. Oof, what should I use? I don't know. Maybe we should start with the black. Is that a bit scary? I mean, it's the Death palette. Maybe that's what I need to do. The black is called The End. Just tapping that off because that picked up a lot of pigment, okay? If you don't know, the mattes from Cosmic are extremely pigmented and absolutely delicious. So I am just going to pack this into the outer corner very gingerly because that was scary, dipping my brush in, I'm not going to lie. Okay, as you can see, so far, an extremely pigmented black, but I wanted all of the depth in the outer corner, and this is giving for sure. Okay, that black is intense, and I appreciate that some people don't like to go in with black straight away because it can be a little bit scary. But I do like to start out with my deepest shade a lot of the time just so that the pigment is as pigmented as possible. Then I think I want to go in with Awakening, which is the deeper purple on the bottom row. And I'm just going to press this onto the edge of the black to begin with before I do any blending or anything like that. It's literally just going to be going on the edge. And that is such a super deep purple. And I am going to bring the purple a little bit further toward the inner corner, but probably stop about there because I won't take it in too far. Okay, now that purple is fully pressed on, I am just gonna, with no extra product, wiggle on the edge of it just to begin a little blend. And I think then I'm gonna go in with that slightly lighter purple to blend this out. I think that will look really, really nice. Going from that deep black into a moody purple into the lighter purple. Okay, so then we'll take the lighter purple that was next to it called New Beginnings. And again, just tap on the edge to begin with before I blend, and this will probably cover up everything that's underneath because it's a lighter shade, but that is fine because I do go back and forth through the shades with the different brushes just to make sure that I can re-intensify it and the blend is exactly how I want it to be. Oh, okay, that on the edge is exactly what I wanted. Look at that gorgeous tone of purple. And I am going to bring that lighter purple right the way toward the inner corner. Do you know what? I try a lot of eyeshadow palettes. As you probably know if you are on my channel, probably more than the average consumer because I do review eyeshadow on this channel. And I love playing with eyeshadow, trying different formulas, brands, colours, all of that stuff. But there's just something about Cosmic Beauty palettes that just makes me extra excited, like a kid on Christmas morning. Do you know what I mean? Like the blends with the tones are just effortless. The pigment is always ridiculous in a good way. Oh, it's just so fun. Okay, hear me out. I'm going to go in with the bright red matte called Changes and add that just to the very inner corner of the lower lash line. There's nobody here to stop me, so that's the plan. Then for the inner part of the lower lash line, just that very inner corner area, I think I'm going to go into the shade Morn, which is a super light shade up here. I mean, I don't know how well this is going to show up on my skin tone, to be fair, but I just don't want the red going all the way into the inner corner. I think we'd be able to see the vision better if I put some black in my waterline, so I might do that now. I'm going to look for my Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in, is it called Swerve, the black one? Indeed it is called Swerve, excellent. So I'm just going to pop some of this in my waterline before we continue. There we go, I feel like that makes a little bit more sense now. And I can see the vision a little bit more clearly. Okay, I think it's time for shimmer. Do I want to do a cut crease? I think the answer is yes. Okay, I feel like that will do, and I'm thinking I like the shade Renewal because it's like a holochrome. It's got purple, blue, now I've moved it I can see pink, sort of a yellowy gold shade. It's ridiculous and I think that would go beautifully. Else are we thinking? There is also Rebirth to go with the red on the lower lash line, but I don't know if I want to go into that. Ooh, growth's nice. Acceptance and Transformation. Ooh, I don't know. I'm gonna go into Renewal and then we'll see what I want to do after that, I think, if anything. Then I think I want to take a little bit of the shade Scorpio, which is a deeper grey shade and it is a shimmer, and add a little bit of that between the shimmer we've just put on and the black, just to make sure the blend between these two is exactly how I want it to be looking. And then for that very inner corner, should we go into this shade, which is a little bit of Transformation? Or should we do the silver? Ooh. The silver? Oh, well, that intensified things, didn't it? Oh, I really like that on the inner corner, and I don't usually go for shades like this. Okay, I think that's going to be it for look number one, so let me jump off, finish this up, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. I think it came together really, really nicely. It's extremely dramatic and intense, which is what I absolutely love. I don't necessarily pair red and purple together that often, especially purple on the top and red on the lower lash line, but I just think it's really nice and dramatic. A little bit on the gothic leaning side. I'm feeling a little bit Wednesday Adam vibes. Actually, more Morticia than Wednesday. Not sure I'm happy with my lipstick choice now, because I think I could pair one of the other shades with this and it might suit it a little bit more, but still it's sort of giving that deathly kind of look with this shade. I absolutely love this lipstick tone. I don't really think I've got anything else like it in my collection, which is what I'm enjoying so far about the lipsticks, because they are very unique shades. I love this look. I love the holochrome that's on the lid, even the silver that's in the inner corner that I don't typically go for. That black is intense. It was all pigmented. It was all super effortless to blend, and I really like how the look came out. But now I think we should dive into look number two. So for this look, I went for a different lip combination, and I've used the lipstick in the shade Nostalgia, and I did use the lip liner in It's a Sign, which is a much deeper one, but I just thought I'd go for a little combo of these two, and I'm not mad at it. So I want to use some of the shades that I haven't already used. So looking at the palette, I'm thinking of this sort of sickly, murky, yellowy brown row, and some of the blues. Like this one here is a deep blue. I'm not sure how well that's going to be translating on camera, but I feel like if we do the blue in the outer corner, maybe the blue shimmer on the lid, and then also this murky yellow row as well. Yeah, kind of do need some eye primer also. That would be a good start. I did also use, while I've got some eye primer on one eye, the Astral Radiance highlighter palette from the previous Cosmic collection on my cheek, and I used the shade Sunbeam just to top off my blush. I'm not sure if this palette is going to be limited edition or not. Hopefully I will be able to find out and put it in the description box for you if it is going to be limited edition. Okay, so I'm going to start out with Challenges, which is the deeper bluey shade in the palette. And I am going to put that in my outer corner because that is usually what I do with the deeper shade. That is so pigmented. Literally just pressing that into the eye primer and I'm like, ugh. Ooh, all of the sounds. I am being really messy with this, just in case you didn't already realise that. But I was just thinking as I was pressing this in, do you guys have one of those brands that no matter what they release, you want one of everything? Because Cosmic Beauty is definitely that brand for me. It's a Pokemon situation, gotta catch them all, you know? That is such a deep shade. It is nearing on black and I love it because it's got that slightly different tone to it that isn't black. Have I put a lot of this on? Kinda. Okay, I am just gonna wiggle on the edge of this with no extra product because I did already take this actually quite high, but that is absolutely fine because I do like to use the eye space that I have because then that creates a more dramatic look. Ooh, that's blending out nicely with itself. Then I'm going to go into the shade Closure, which is a blue leaning grey type of shade. And I am going to press this onto the part I previously blended out a little bit. And then just work on a blend with these two shades. I love how deep and murky this palette is. Okay, and then on the edge of that, just to make sure it's fully blended out, I want to use the shade Morn, which I used in the inner corner for the last look. And I'm just gonna floof this on the edge just to make sure that the blend isn't super choppy out there. Oh, this is looking moody. And I love when a look looks moody. Then I'm going to go in with the shades Surrender and Self-Awareness. So taking Surrender first, and it is going to be kind of a two-tone crease situation. And let me just top out my eye primer because the Beauty Bay one definitely creases on me. And I think these two tones will be beautiful together. Yep. Then a little bit of Self-Awareness just to blend out that gorgeous murky shade. Like, it's a little bit like leaning on the baby poo side, which makes me very happy. Oh, that is looking weird and I love it. So I am definitely thinking of using the shade Release. That is so foily and metallic. It's breathtaking. But I want to use another lighter shimmer toward the inner corner, and I think Growth would go really nicely with the mattes toward the inner corner. What about Acceptance? Oh, stunning shades, stunning. I don't have any kitchen roll, help me. Right, let's take a little bit of Growth first. And I have actually sprayed my brush today instead of my hand, which is amazing. And I'm going to plonk this on the inner part of the lid. That is so reflective and a little bit shifty. And it picks up nicely on a brush as well. Just for the people that like to know those sort of things, because I like to know those sort of things. And I have picked this up on a Refer 02. That is ridiculously reflective. Like, if you covered your body in this, went out at night, you're not going to be getting run over. maybe a little bit of that over the inner corner as well then, and onto the lower lash line, just because I knew it was going to be beautiful, but man, wow. Then going into release, which is the blue. Wow, that picked up really well on my brush too. Spraying that a little bit, and then we'll sandwich this, ooh, in between. Ooh, okay. And maybe a little bit of that deeper blue just on the edge to make sure it's a little bit blended out here. But I think this is going to be the look, and those shimmers, man. Who gave Cosmic Beauty the audacity to have such intense shimmers? So I did stick on some big lashes from Cosmic Beauty again. I'm not sure if they're on the website or not, but I do get mine from the TikTok shop because I love Cosmic Beauty lashes. And I did go in my waterline with two shades that actually match really well. I went in with my Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in DTLA. Not sure if they do this one anymore because I do have the older set of these. But also the e.l.f. No Budge Matte Shadow Stick. And this is in Vintage Suede, which I thought matched that matte eyeshadow perfectly. I love the tones in this look because it's like a weird grunge. The tones, even the eyeshadow tones, are a little bit different. The lipsticks, for sure, there's some in that collection that I have nothing like. And I have a lot of lipsticks, I have a lot of lip glosses, I have a lot of lip products in general that I actually need to go through and probably declutter a lot of. But definitely there are some unique shades in these lipsticks, and the formula is absolutely beautiful, just like the previous formula of lipsticks from Cosmic. And I really like the component and the magnetic lid. I think if you're looking for a cool toned velvet matte lipstick, these are the best on market, in my opinion. Like these shades, I love me a weird lipstick shade. And there are some more wearable normal lipstick shades as well, but also leaning on the cooler tone side, which I know a lot of people are interested in because there's a lot of warm lipsticks out there. Same with the lip liners. If you're looking for cool toned lip liners, one of these is upside down, then this is the place to get them because there's so many different shades. We have depth range in here as well. We have two super deeper ones. I'm not making actual sense. I'm dropping everything. Neutral, cool toned lip liners. I really hope that Cosmic come out with so many more shades in this lip liner formula because for me this is perfect. It's precise, it's creamy enough to blend out and sort of smudge if you want to do an ombre style lip, and it's long lasting. So if you are wanting to pick up some new lip liners, definitely check out Cosmic for sure. And the palette, matching with the Lovers palette in its theming. And the colour story inside, again, I think this is going to tick a lot of boxes for people just because Cosmic have come out with a lot of bright, intense colour stories that I generally gravitate towards because I love them. I'm thinking mainly like Delicious Delights, Winter Wonderland, all of those delicious bright tones. They also have some neutral leaning palettes and some more smoky leaning palettes, but I feel like this one is deeper, grungier, and a bit of a weirder colour story. And I mean weird in a good way because I love weird. I think this palette is extremely versatile with the amount of looks that you can create with this colour story. And even if you just wanted to stick to one row, like the way that this one is laid out, like you could just do a grey smoky eye with the top row, a nice blue look with the second row, and so on and so on. I just feel like as well it's user friendly with the layout. Formula wise, absolutely stunning. Pigment incredible. Blendability amazing. The shimmers. I mean, you saw the shimmers. Cosmic Beauty are one of my favourite indie brands for a reason. Their formula is absolutely outstanding, and I think they have done another interesting colour story, which I expect nothing less at this point because time after time, every single release, like there's nothing I don't like. And me loving bright colours, I do still think Winter Wonderland is going to be topping this palette for me just because a bright colour for me is always going to win out over a palette like this, but to have such a weird, interesting combination of colours in a colour story like this. I am so pleased this is in my collection. I need to do some more looks with it. There could potentially be a palette bingo. Wow, torrential rain has just started pouring down outside my window. I'm not even sure if the microphone's picking that up, but the weather in the UK is horrific right now. And also, despite all of the depth in this palette, we do have some lighter tones and some brighter pops and a lot of mid-tone shades as well. So I feel like it's still catering for people that like to do contrast in depth. And again, another beautiful mirror. This is the same size as the Lovers palette and all the other palettes, but all the other palettes are that way up and open that way horizontally, if you know what I mean, rather than vertically. I do have a Cosmic Beauty playlist on my channel if you wanted to check that out. I think I do still need to do a ranking of my Cosmic Beauty palettes, absolutely. But again, absolutely stunning palette that matches beautifully with the lip liners and the lipsticks. And don't forget, all of the launch information will be in the description box along with my discount code in case you want to save yourself some pennies if you pick anything up from the website. I do believe the Starlight collection is limited edition, which is the previous collection to this, in case you wanted to pick anything up. I am so excited to find out what everybody thinks to this collection, and especially the lipstick shades, because for me, they are special. Thank you so much for checking out my video, guys. If this is the kind of content that you enjoy, then please do consider subscribing. There is a lot of eyeshadow over here on this channel and a lot of indie brands. My link tree will be in the description box down below with all of the links to my different social platforms, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye!